Hello everyone. So this is me CA Aishwarya again for your video, and today the thing that I am focusing on in this video is one of the questions that you often ask, or one of the things that you often say while you're talking with your peers, and this is basically for the newly qualified chartered accountants that you need to focus on before you go into an interview. The question or the line basically is, I have done my CA articleship from a mediocre firm. यार मेरी फर्म इतनी अच्छी नहीं थी, उसमें ज़्यादा काम ही नहीं था, उसमें कुछ सिखाया ही नहीं गया. And these are the things that you hear quite often or are there in your mind regularly while you're interacting with someone who might have worked in a top 10 firm, or whom you think has more exposure than them. So this is something that I want to tell you all, that obviously if you have done a dummy, then this is the right thing that you're feeling, because dummy is something I seriously oppose, and I do not want anyone to have a dummy. Going ahead, there might be people who have given their all and who have worked in firms where there were not good exposures, but that is fine. So last time I remember my GMCS. So in my GMCS there was a girl, and every time we used to talk to her, she was chirpy, she was happy. But every time we used to talk about interviews, or we used to talk about going for an interview or cracking a GD or giving CVs out to the people who may refer them to others, to other big organizations, to other people. So they were all always, she was always saying that I am from a mediocre firm. I don't think even that they will consider me. I don't have the knowledge. I don't have this. I don't have that. So she used to always keep saying these things. So on the fourth day or the fifth day, I guess, I went ahead and asked her straightforward, why are you always thinking about you not having the exposure that you thought you should have? And who has told you that this is the parameter and this is the minimum things that you should have if to qualify as a person who has good exposure? There is nothing, there is no guideline to it. It's all depends upon how you are saying it. If you are confident enough, you are saying, yeah, okay, I did small private companies, but I know everything about the private companies now, because I had been doing it for a long time. I was doing things for LLP, I was doing things for partnership firms. It's okay, they were small, they were niche, and they were not too big for you to tell others, but that doesn't matter. Wherever you have worked, whatever you have worked, and if you have worked with seriousness, and if you have worked with giving your full 100% to it, that is something you should be proud of. It's okay to not have exposure for everything. Obviously there are not enough companies, or there are not enough firms who can employ everyone out there who is doing a CA final course or who is doing an articleship. There are lakhs of chartered accountant articles who are finding their articleship at places where the exposure is not good, because all the places where it is already full. So it was not your mistake that you were not able to find a place where you could get more experience, but that does not count, but that does not matter. Obviously while you will be doing your interviews, or while you will be thinking about it, you might get a little bit nervous seeing other people having good exposures, but that is the point where you have to be calm, where you have to think it through in your mind, that it's okay. What I have done, I know I have done very well. Maybe the people who had done an articleship in a place where they were exposed to private companies or big public listed companies, but they were just being a part of it. I have done audit in listed companies, and believe me, in some of them I just went there and I just did a vouching and I just came back. So in my CV I can write I had done the work in a listed company, but inside I know I had just gone there and did vouching. Now when I write the name of the company in which I just did the vouching, and the interview panel who is sitting in front of me and expecting that he knows a lot about those big public companies starts asking questions. I haven't done anything. I have just been there, vouched some of the expenses, or let's say the purchases or the sales, and I don't know anything about the company or how it is making the profits or how it is making its revenue. So at that point of time, I blew up. But on the other hand, I went ahead and did an audit in a private company whose financials I controlled from start to the end. I knew how the accounts were made, how what are the mistakes that they have done, and what are all the things that were needed to bind the financial accounts. And I was sitting with my partner finalizing the books of accounts. Now I have seen from the starting till the end. I have seen my partner telling me that this is how things are done, this is how things are done. So which is a better exposure for you? For me, it is the private company where I got to do everything from end to end. It was not that listed company where I was sitting there just doing vouching and just doing what my seniors or what my firm's partner said. I did not even apply my brain. So I don't need that kind of exposure. So if you have done small things, or you have done audit of small places, but you have the complete knowledge, you're better. You're far better than those who have just gone there and did nothing. There, I remember another incident that I had where we were given the central audit of a particular bank. Wow. So I thought that now I will be able to write that I have conducted central audit of this branch, which is the biggest branch in the whole Northeast Asia, Northeast India. Wow. So that is something that is very catchy. That is something that if someone reads, he'll feel, wow, he has a very good exposure. But let's say when I go there, all I do is I check that the TDS was deducted correctly on the salary portion, or whether all the expenses have been booked into the accounts. This is the only thing that I saw. Take another example. I went to a small branch and I conducted the audit all by myself. I made the whole LFAR, I made all the details, I binded all the details, I checked the softwares, the Finacle, the Finesta, everything that is done exclusively by me. So I have the complete knowledge. So even while I was auditing that small branch that was out nowhere in a suburban area in your nearby city, I had the complete knowledge about it because I had filled complete details about it. I know everything that was going on in in that particular branch. Coming back to my original thing, where I was going into a central audit of a branch which was so big, and where there were 20 articles working on everything, I had just a very little portion of the whole cake. So I feel the audit that I did for the branch where I had the complete exposure, that was good for me. Similarly, I can go on and on and on because I have seen all such examples in my real life, in my articleship life. So that is something you need to focus on. You need to focus on whatever you have done. You need to build up your confidence on that. There is no point just being there sitting and telling people, oh, I have done my articleship from a mediocre firm. I don't know if Big Four will hire me. I don't know if anyone would even hire me. They will, because all they see is the clarity of your thoughts, the clarity of the concepts that you have. And believe me, if you have a practical experience with the clarity of thoughts, that is everything that they want. They do not want you to go and do articleship in all the flashy places and then show up there knowing just a small part of it and not knowing exactly how the whole thing went. So that is something you need to focus on. That is something you need to think about. And every time a thought comes inside your mind that I have not done my articleship from a good place and all that, you need to tell yourself it's okay. You don't have to do it again and again, think again and again, because every time you think that way, there is a negative impact that is going inside your brain. And that's why when you'll say it 10 times, the 11th time when you'll be saying it, you'll have even your emotions and your body feeling it. Your body will be nervous in front of a person as soon as you meet a person who has done articleship or who has done the work of, let's say, from a big four. So keep that in mind. So that was it for this video. I'll be coming out with more such things that you have in your mind. If you have anything particular that you want me to talk about real quick, then definitely you can say it in the comment section in the YouTube video. of this YouTube video, and I'll be happy to answer. I'll be happy to make another video for you all, because I want you all to be confident enough to crack an interview. There are other videos also that are there, I have put on my channel. You can have a look on those too. I feel that those are mostly the questions that people ask me, and there'll be more upcoming videos here. So I'll want you to subscribe it, and I'll want you to share this video to everyone whom you think is feeling this way and who is criticizing himself or herself because of it, because there is no need for it. All the best, and thank you for watching the video.